Have you ever wondered what it truly means to fast from dawn to sunset in Islam? Uncover the fascinating insights behind this profound practice that millions around the world observe with devotion and diligence. The journey of fasting in Islam commences at dawn. This is not just the break of day, but a time known as suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. It is an essential part of fasting, and it is encouraged to partake in this meal just before the break of dawn. It is during this time that Muslims fuel their bodies for the day of fast that lies ahead, consuming nourishing foods and hydrating adequately. As the first light of dawn breaks, the fast begins. It is obligatory for all adult Muslims, except for those who are acutely or chronically ill, traveling, elderly, breastfeeding, diabetic, pregnant, or menstruating. This fast is not merely a physical abstinence from food and drink, it extends beyond that, encompassing a holistic approach where Muslims also refrain from tobacco products, sexual relations, and sinful behavior. Instead, they devote themselves to prayer and study, nurturing their spiritual selves. The fast continues throughout the day until sunset. This is a time of anticipation and reflection as the day of fasting comes to an end. But the setting of the sun does not just signal the end of the day, it marks the beginning of iftar, the nightly feast that breaks the fast. Iftar is a time of celebration, a time to enjoy a meal with family and friends, and a time to give thanks for the strength to complete the fast. Now, what about Muslims who live in regions with a midnight sun or polar night? They might not experience a traditional dawn or sunset. In such cases, it is common practice to follow the timetable of the closest country where night can be distinguished from day, although there have been rulings stating that they should follow the timetable of Mecca. It's also noteworthy that the spiritual rewards of fasting, known as thawab, are believed to be multiplied during the holy month of Ramadan. This makes the practice of fasting even more significant during this period. To summarize, fasting in Islam is a spiritual journey that begins at dawn with suhoor and ends at sunset with iftar. It is a time of self-discipline, devotion, and reflection, extending beyond physical abstinence to include spiritual and moral conduct. Fasting is obligatory for all adult Muslims under specific conditions, with exceptions made for certain groups, and in regions where distinguishing between day and night is challenging, the timetable of the closest country or Mecca is followed. Indeed, the practice of fasting in Islam is a profound testament to faith, discipline, and the human spirit's resilience.